So, Garth Davis of Property Powerhouse.
Yeah, interesting guy, isn't he? He's really got big dreams, and that's fantastic, going nationwide. It was great sharing his journey. And when we first sort of got into his business, and we doctors were sitting around the table before diving personally in with Garth and what his plan was, we sort of had the overview, and we were coming up with a lot of concerns or things we wanted to ask that weren't really concerns at all, because he'd already thought the man doing a different model to the way we thought he may have been doing it. So that was a really good one, because he was using all sort of agents as opposed to hiring and incurring the overhead. So it's a very smart business model where it's almost like a commission only type basis.
Yeah. I think it was Matt who'd said previously, that he felt like Garth was just looking for reassurance on his direction, his decisions, rather than actually the new ideas, because he was on a right path.
Yes.
What he was doing was right. I think David had some questions around the longevity of that contractual model or commission only model. But other than that,
it was pretty good. He really had it well planned. I think you're right. He was vindicating his decision really, and he said David raised a couple of things of keeping control of that sales force when it's spread across the whole of the country and remotely from Perth without all that travel as well. But
because that's what he was looking for some advice on. How do you manage relationships, operations, KPIs, brand image? When you're not there, it's certainly a challenge. Although that instant access is different these days. Even hiring when every day, it's also got its downfalls. How do you manage those relationships? How do you manage it? Because you've got branches all over, or franchises all over Australia.
Yeah, well, WA anyway. So again, she touched on, Lorraine, is that technology obviously makes it a lot easier again than what it was 15, 20 years ago. You can Skype meet, you can have virtual meetings all the time. But nevertheless, you can have one bad apple who can do a lot of damage to the brand, and you can only set the parameters you can set and the control mechanisms, try to manage them, and you've got to expect that 1 out of 20 or whatever the number may be is going to let you down, and then you go in damage control mode.
Just listening to you, Andrew, I think there's a whole interview just on your what's changed from decade to decade in business. That's a world of learning in itself.
I know, and look, I guess we're going through it now, is that how do we now position ourselves for this next batch of change, where everything's more mobile and you don't need offices like you used to. What I call a bricks and mortar model is becoming archaic and dinosaur and too expensive. So it's a more mobile workforce, sales force, and less bums on seats.